One day, you are going to wake up and everything is going to look totally different. You're going to be like, what the heaven just happened here? Your third eye just woke up, baby. That's what happened. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. We are out here in the harder nature, baby. Deep divers of planet Earth. 10 uncomfortable signs your third eye is opening. Let's just... woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Now, I get thousands of messages every single day, and a lot of them are about the third eye. And I have a young audience and an old audience. Some people are like 14, 15 who watch my videos, okay? And they're like, Ralph, my third eye is opening already. I can see everything clearly. Okay, I'm super awake right now, but wait a minute, Ralph, it's kind of uncomfortable. What's happening? And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? We got a whole lot to talk about. Deep divers. Now, let me share with you what's helped me along my journey. The 10 uncomfortable signs your third eye is opening. Because it is going to be uncomfortable at first if you're just having your first spiritual awakening. Now, the third eye, we are talking about the Ajna chakra. If you go back into the Indus Valley, it was symbolized as that red dot between your forehead. It deals with clairvoyance, clear vision, clairsentience, clear feeling, clairaudience, clear hearing. Okay, it is the seat of imagination, moving beyond the physical into other realms and other dimensions. It is showing us that there is another world that exists beyond this one. And you can go back to ancient Egypt. The third eye was symbolized as the eye of Horus. All throughout ancient civilizations, when you open your third eye, you are going to see some things. Oh, yes. The first uncomfortable sign your third eye is opening, baby, is that, you guessed it, reality appears to be awfully strange. Like, what is this place? Derealization. You're like, am I on planet Earth, or am I somewhere else? Because something has just happened to me right now. Okay? That's what happens, okay? It's kind of uncomfortable. Happened to me when I was like 18, when my third eye started to open for the first time, like massive, okay, like that. Okay, what happened to me? I'm like, reality? What is reality? I had that big question. You see, once your third eye is opening, you have more questions instead of answers. Slow motion this side. You're starting to scratch your head thinking, what is this place? And then down the line, I started to realize, oh, I get it. Because for so long, we just accept everything as reality. But once you start asking questions, reality appears to be incredibly strange. Now, the secret is, if your third eye is opening, if you're 14, 15, 16, even younger, okay, the secret is to realize you are creating your reality with your thoughts, words, and actions. And the consensus reality, what the masses deem as real, is not the only reality. One world, many realities. What is the second uncomfortable sign your third eye is opening, baby? Now, what happened to me along my journey, which was really, really uncomfortable, is that A normal life, woo, we're out here, baby. A normal life for me was not appealing, right? A normal life seems to look a lot less appealing than it used to. Because you're like, a normal life is boring. My parents want me to do this. My brothers and sisters want me to do that. My friends want me to do this. My partner wants me to do that. Right? But a normal life is just not for you, because once your third eye is opening, you aren't in this dimension anymore. You're not just in the 3D anymore. You don't identify with just this physical body. You identify yourself as a multi-dimensional being. Okay, and that's why it's so powerful. At the same time, it can become very uncomfortable, especially if you're in your teens, okay? Because this life is what I call the conveyor belt lifestyle. So many of us are just going along to get along. When your third eye is opening, you start to realize that many of us are like programmed sheep, living in a kind of matrix, right? Therefore, you're like, I don't want to just live the life that has been laid out for me, what people tell me is right. Okay, I'm gonna follow my own path, right? So my advice to you is to find the strength. It doesn't matter what they say, just do it if it's in your heart and it makes sense to you, okay? To whom much is given, there is a lot of responsibility. Like once you open your third eye, it's pretty cool. It's amazing. But at the same time, it can be uncomfortable at first because there are a lot of responsibilities with that amount of power. What is the third uncomfortable sign your third eye is opening? Baby, 7-day vegan challenge blowing up real crazy right now on the Snapchat at Good Ass Prana. I love those smoothies, by the way. Okay. A lot of people write to me saying that ever since they became a vegan, ever since they were eating more plants, a plant-based diet, they became very sensitive. Okay? Now, the third eye is associated with the pineal gland, okay? Which is really the seat of the soul. The pineal gland produces melatonin, which really helps you chill out, baby. Okay? But what produces a lot of melatonin? Sunlight, but also serotonin. Now, tryptophan produces a lot of serotonin, which produces a lot of melatonin. Okay? And now your pineal gland is going to be more active. Okay? So a lot of people, when your third eye is opening, you're eating a lot of dark chocolate, right? Right. Everyone loves chocolate. Everyone loves chocolate. Don't lie, right? So you're also not drinking a lot of fluoride. A lot of people, they're not drinking tap water, which is full of fluoride, okay? So therefore, you are becoming more sensitive. You're eating a lot more leafy greens full of magnesium, gonna calm the nerves, chlorella, spirulina. So what is happening? You are becoming very sensitive, not just to your own needs, but to the needs of other life forms around you. For the first time, you're like, oh, I get it. Animals, they just might want to live too. They just might want to live too, just like you. Who could have imagined that? Like, why would an animal want to live, right? When your third eye is opening, you understand why, okay? You know why. Okay, because you now see all life is precious. And this sensitivity, which a lot of people write to me, thousands of people are like, Ralph, ever since I became a vegan, I can see more, I can feel more. And sometimes, Ralph, it's very uncomfortable because I'm already an empath, Ralph. Now my third eye is open. What am I right now? Okay. So that's what happened to me along my early journey. When I became a vegan over 13 years ago, what happened to me? A lot happened to me. Okay, I could read people's energy from like a mile away. I could feel animals' energies, right? I could feel vibes. And therefore, it can become very uncomfortable if you're in a crowded place. You are going to be picking up a lot of different energies, because that's what happens when you are eating better. You are becoming more attuned. You're tuning into the frequencies around you. I say this: if you're not eating right, chances are you're not thinking right. Slow motion this side. So what helped me deal with being sensitive was to realize it's actually a gift. You gotta know how to protect yourself. If you are eating a plant-based diet, know how to protect yourself, okay? Meaning set up healthy energetic boundaries, okay? That's what you need to do if you're eating a plant-based diet. What's the fourth uncomfortable sign? Your third eye is opening. Dun, dun, dun. Now, what happened to me along my journey? I started to see the news and feel very uncomfortable, okay? And it's really uncomfortable, right? When you're watching the news and your third eye is opening, because you aren't just listening to what they are saying, you are feeling the energy behind their words. And a lot of people, when their third eye is opening, they don't even trust the news. You can't even trust the official story, right? So because you have all of these questions in your head, you're like, huh? That doesn't even make sense. Are they just trying to brainwash me and manipulate me, right? Yes. Okay. Don't worry about it. Look, so what helped me along my journey was to realize this. Instead of watching the television, which tells lies to your vision, you have to tell your vision. Slow motion this side. You see, we turn into whatever we are tuned into. You got to ask yourself, what am I tuning into? And is it helping me become my greatest version? I know what it's like. It's very uncomfortable when you are watching the news, when your third eye is opening, because you know it's just like lies, right? So it's up to you to say, okay, I'm going to create an alternative media outlet. I've done it with Infinite Waters. Other people are doing it. Get your own information out there of how you see it, okay? Then it won't be a problem, right? Instead of attacking what you hate, start promoting what you love, and then it won't be an issue. What's the fifth uncomfortable sign? The fifth uncomfortable sign your third eye is opening, baby. A regular job is boring. It's exasperating. Why? Because you know there is more to life. I meet tons of people, their third eye is opening right now, and they're like, Ralph, I can't be in a regular job anymore. I used to be able to be there, but right now I know way too much. I know that we are multidimensional beings having a human experience. I know that we are limitless beings. I'm not going to subject myself to just be in an office for the rest of my life. No, right? So it can become very uncomfortable, okay, if your third eye is opening and you're living in between two worlds, right? You're trying to serve two masters. I already spoke about trying to chase two rabbits, two squirrels, you're not going to catch any. So what helped me along my journey was this, to say, okay, I got to know my purpose. I got to know what I came here to do. I realized at a young age, I just want to help people become their greatest version. That's what I'm doing every single day. That's why I'm living in infinite abundance. So it will be uncomfortable if you know something, but you are still allowing yourself to be in a shoddy job, which is not serving you. Now, you got to start taking responsibility for your decisions you are making, because you are making them. You can choose to be wherever you want. Oh, but I got to pay bills, Ralph. You can do it another way. I did. And the cat down the road did. It's possible, right? So it is uncomfortable if you're stuck somewhere working and your third eye is opening, knowing that you came here to do more. Do it. What is the sixth uncomfortable sign your third eye is opening? Baby. Now, what helped me along my journey was this. I realized, okay, my third eye is opening and it's uncomfortable because I'm having flashbacks to when I was at school, okay? And I'm realizing school never taught me how to be a human being. It didn't teach me that. It probably didn't teach you that either, right? We learn about trigonometry and algebra, and these are fantastic, right? Mathematical tools, right? But what about emotions? What about feelings? What about day-to-day interactions? You see, what is even more important than IQ is something called EQ, emotional intelligence, right? So what I love to realize is that, yes, it's uncomfortable if you realize most of what you have been taught, right? Most of what you have been taught your entire life has been one big fat lie. It's been fabricated. It is not the truth. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth, right? So I realized, oh my gosh, I get it. Most of what I was taught in school was a lie. So I have to start relearning everything. Well, we better get started because we got a whole lot to learn and we ain't even had breakfast yet, right? So what helped me along my journey was to start studying ancient sciences, ancient wisdom, okay, the 7 Hermetic principles. And this really empowered me because I realized most of what I learned in school was not there really to teach me about who I was. It was there to indoctrinate me, right? It was there more as a indoctrination system, right? So if you really want to be free, start saying, okay, I'm going to start learning right now. It's never too late and you're never too old to start learning new tricks. Yes. What is the 7th? Yes, the 7th. Oh my gosh, we're at number 7 already. Yes, the 7th uncomfortable sign, your third eye is opening. Now, what helped me along my journey? Let's talk about relationships, okay? Relationships. When your third eye is opening, I realized this. When my third eye was opening, I was in a relationship. But before that point, there was no problem. I was cool with it because I was just like doing what the rest of the planet was doing, kind of dumbed down, kind of asleep. Once this eye started to open and that eye started to open and I started to see the truth about reality and the nature of things, relationships were all about now, oh, but do you get it? Are we vibing, right? Are we vibing on the same wavelength, right? That's what relationships are all about. Relationships are all about, are we vibing on the same frequency, on the same wavelength? You got to find someone that vibes with you on all levels, right? Not just someone that looks good, but someone that you can actually connect with who has a similar level of consciousness to you, right? So it can be very uncomfortable because once your third eye is opening, you might still be in a relationship and it might feel a little bit awkward because you know something they don't know. You know something they don't know, right? And what helped me? I'm like, no, this is not going to happen. I owe it to myself to connect with someone who is actually on the same wavelength as me, right? So that's what I did in the end, okay? So that's what you got to realize. It will be uncomfortable if your third eye is opening and your partner's is not, okay? So you have to realize that, okay, you can't force anyone to believe what you want to believe, right? You will find someone on the same frequency and both of you will have beautiful babies together. Yeah. What's the 8th uncomfortable sign your third eye is opening? Baby. Number synchronicity. A lot of people, when their third eye is opening, it can be uncomfortable at first if you're not used to it. You're like, why am I seeing all of these strange numbers everywhere, Ralph? 333, 555, 222, all in alignment. That is showing you are now starting to see the glitch in the matrix. You are now starting to see the binary, what we call the zeros and ones, which computers are made of, but also reality is made of too, right? So I started to realize this. Oh, I see. Seeing all of these number synchronicities, I don't have to panic anymore because it was uncomfortable at first. It's actually a sign. If you are seeing 1111, it means you are on the right path. You are about to have a beautiful time, okay? It's synchronicity. Everything is aligning with your thoughts and your innermost desires, okay? So don't freak out. Don't panic. I got you, okay? But that's what happens, right? It shows that we are living in a whole new world. If you can see it, great things are happening. What's the ninth uncomfortable sign your third eye is opening? Baby. Now, what's helped me along my journey? It was really uncomfortable. When I'm like, okay, I need to travel, right? Because once your third eye is opening, it can be uncomfortable if you're like, I need to get my ass out of here, right? You have this urge and the desire. You have the urge and the desire to travel, to sometimes get off the grid, okay? That's an uncomfortable sign. That is an uncomfortable sign your third eye is opening. If you're like, oh my gosh, Ralph, I need to run away right now from this crowded, congested city. That's what happens once your third eye starts opening. You see, you find a lot of people with their third eye opening by the ocean, in the rainforest, by willow trees, something like that, because they're like, I need to get out of society, out of the city, right? I need to be in more nature spaces. You see, your environment will become you. And see it as a gift, okay? Even if you feel uncomfortable in a city, realize you aren't going to be there forever. Times will change. Then you'll meet Ralph Smart and the cat down the road in nature. Then we'll have like a great party. How great is that? That's amazing, right? Exactly. Okay. What's the 10th uncomfortable sign that your third eye is opening? Baby. Now, what helped me along my journey was to realize this. It was very uncomfortable. If I actually go back to when my third eye was first opening, very uncomfortable. Because what did I realize? You can't go back to not knowing. You see, the truth can't be told. It has to be realized. Slow motion this side. So I realized you can't even go back to pretending like you don't know that we aren't just this physical body. Reality is multi-layered, multi-dimensional, okay? And everyone else on the table is just talking about regular stuff, and you're like thinking of like the cosmos and stuff like that. It can be very uncomfortable, right? Because you're like, I don't want to think all of these thoughts, right? I just want to be normal. But then you're like, I can't go back to being normal. I tried that. It was terrible. So what am I going to do? Right? Well, I've learned over time, you got to see your third eye as a gift. Okay. Everyone has the ability to open their third eye. It's nothing mystical. It is associated with your pineal gland. Once that is active, your third eye will open, and then you'll have more downloads, you'll have more access to greater information, the Akashic records, okay? And therefore your life will become more fulfilling, you'll be happier, you'll start doing cartwheels and stuff, you'll start watching The Simpsons. It's the itchy and scratchy show. But only The Simpsons if they're showing you about predictive programming, right? Because that's what they do a lot, okay? TVs, that's what happens as well. Another uncomfortable thing, they have a lot of predictive programming. They show you events before they are going to happen, right? They do that in The Simpsons a lot. Now, I used to love The Simpsons. When your third eye is opening, what happens, right? It can be uncomfortable because you realize your life will never be the same again. You can't go back to pretending. So what did I do? I just embraced it. I love it right now because I'm connecting with millions of people, inspiring millions. And my third eye is open. My third eye is open, right? And what am I doing? What am I saying? Feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? Infinite waters, deep divers of planet Earth, we are out here in the heart of nature, baby. Just, woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Have a beautiful day. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You! It's a gift to see. Now you're seeing a lot, aren't you? Told you so.